Oh, sorry, I was just sniffing one of the candles. This smells good though, it's lemongrass, I love it. Now your house can not smell like wet dog, it can smell like lemongrass.
Yeah, it can smell like lemongrass or one of the other crazy scents
Wildflowers,
they
there's
have.
melts, you can make your whole house, there's even a melter. Hi, this is Janis Montalvo with Living in Lenawee Realty, and welcome to Saturday Spotlight. We are at Red Mill Pet Supplies, and hopefully you saw our little live on National Pet Day on Monday. But we thought we'd come back to the store today to talk a little bit about some of the products and where they're located. Of course, you should already know that we've already changed locations. We've got I just feel like you said it's bigger, right?
Yes. Yeah. So it's definitely a bigger space. So we're very excited to be here. Very excited to kind of extend some of the lines we already have, bring in some new stuff. But it's a bigger space. We're still kind of getting some of the decorations and stuff settled in. But we do have all the product we had at our old store out. It's on the floor. It's ready to go, and we're very excited.
It seems a lot bigger to me, just because it's so open and it's really light and I feel like things are better organized. So yeah, when you start over fresh, you get a chance to reorganize.
Yeah,
right?
we get a chance to kind of adjust some stuff. Some things are with things that they weren't before, but no, it's just a fun way of kind of refreshing the shelves, and everything's there that was before, but now there's new stuff as well, and hopefully we can keep a bigger stock of some of those items as well that were hot sellers, and we're really excited for it. Like you said, it's very open, so we get a lot of more of your displays like these out and about,
Yeah.
and those will kind of be rotating out throughout the year, so you see some different stuff. Like we have Puggle Hounds does they rotate their toys per month, and each toy goes to a different organization for donation, so those proceeds will go to that organization. So that's very fun.
Cool. Yeah, and let's talk about your loyalty program and some of the other programs you have. I know we come here, one for dog treats and Ripley's dog food. So you guys have great grain-free dog foods, and that's what we like to do. So, it's less cleanup in the yard. I always figure if there's less grain in there, hopefully.
Yes, so as long as you're doing a good quality food, whether it be whole grain or grain-free, which a lot of our grain-frees are higher quality than our whole grain foods, it's going to replace that with more meat protein, which then absorbs into the system more naturally, so there's less waste that comes out, and that waste that does come out, there's less binding agents in it, there's less in it, so it actually crumbles down quite a lot easier and breaks down faster when it's decomposing. But yeah, we do have a frequent buyer program for pretty much all of our foods, some of our treats as well, and that's expanding into other objects as well, where you buy so many, 10, 12, you get one free eventually, and we keep track of that for you right in the store. In addition to that, we did just start a loyalty program, so you do get points based on all your purchases as well, which you can then redeem for dollars off, coupons, free bags of treats, things like that.
That's awesome. In fact, I know that next month is my free bag. When I came in here last week, they were like, next time's your free one. I was like, yes.
It's always exciting when you get there.
Yeah, you're always like, okay, are we there yet? Are we there yet? So let's talk about some of the other products that you have in the store. So there's a full line of everything you could think of for leashes and collars for all different animals.
Yes.
We've got some refrigeration, food and things like that.
Yeah.
The one thing I really liked about Red Mill too is that you carry, if a dog has to be on a special diet, like when our previous dog was going through cancer treatments, you carry some of those specialty items that you don't necessarily find in other places.
Yeah, so we're really big into nutrition and researching, what affects what in the dogs and how, and if your dog has an issue, we'll delve into that, look at that and go, okay, these foods fit that and this is why. We're really big into looking at the foods we carry and the nutritional value of the foods we carry and how that can affect different dogs based on their different needs. Like you said, some have cancer, diabetic dogs, things like that. So we're really big into that. That's kind of our main focus when it comes to our food, is looking at, one, it's a good quality, and two, knowing how the food can help different situations. And then we do have a couple of new foods coming in too. That'll be really nice for stuff like that as well.
Awesome. And you guys are trained. So if someone has questions about, and it's not just dogs, I'm just a dog lover, but if it's your cat, it's your reptile, it's your parrot, there's a whole line of parrot food back there, I noticed too.
Yes.
So if someone has questions, of course they should see their veterinarian, but they can also stop in here for some additional advice as well, I assume.
Yeah, anything nutritionally, like I myself am nutritionally certified for pet food, so is the Kendra as well. She's also nutritionally certified. That being said, we do pass all our knowledge on to all of our other employees as well, so we kind of take them on our mini training seminars through the store.
Come with me as I
teach them
tell
about the
these
food
people.
and why that is, so they have a good grasp of stuff as well, and if they don't, they're really good about coming and getting us so that we can help with that as well. But like you said, we do have stuff for parrots, we have stuff for small animals, rabbits, lizards, fish. We get really into all that stuff,
Yeah.
especially personally. And pretty much
You're a
everyone
fish
here has a
person?
reptile. I have a pretty big, I think it's like a 65-gallon tank. That's a community tank I'm really into, but I'm basically the fish guy here. Everyone else has reptiles and small animals. So
I know we talked on Monday about like mice and rats, and we're not going to talk about those today. So if you do, congratulations! I'm glad you love your pets. So it's not just food, treats, and that kind of stuff. There's like beds and kennels, and there's a huge, what do you call it, cat tree?
Cat tree, cat furniture. Pick a name.
Yeah.
It's like cat tower.
It's only funny because some of our clients have cats, and when I was at an open house and the cat just chilled all afternoon, 2 hours, and people would come into the bedroom and she would just lay there and stare at them and not even move. So yeah.
Just go around me, right?
Yeah. So where are you located?
So we're at 1438 West Chicago Boulevard.
Yep.
If you're familiar with the area, that's the same shopping plaza as Bush's. A lot of people locally just refer to it as the Bush's Shopping Plaza. Technical name is the Tecumseh Plaza, but whichever you go by. But if you're not familiar with the area, just kind of look for the big shopping center in town. We're kind of right in the middle. But the address, once again, is 1438 West Chicago Boulevard.
And they can find information. I know I follow your Facebook page. I assume, do you have other pages like Instagram or any of those?
We do, yes. So we have our website too that we do keep up to date as well. But we do have a Facebook page, and then we do have an Instagram page as well. So I don't do much with that. I leave that to Angie and Miranda. They're the ones who kind of play with that stuff, but they've been having real fun with it, and they make sure all their sales are up to date. We have new products, highlight what day it is, what's going on, and it's really fun. So if you haven't, go ahead and check that out. It's really cool.
And just to be totally blunt, this is not a chain store. This is an independent owned pet store, which is, there's several pets, different places around, but it's locally owned by local people right here in Tecumseh area.
Yep, it started back in 2006, and it's still locally owned by people who live in Tecumseh, Lenawee County area. But yeah, no, it's the only Red Mill Pet Supplies. We're the one and only.
Yeah, and I love that. I love that it's locally owned. And so, this is our week to talk about small businesses. So we appreciate you letting us come in.
No, I appreciate you guys coming in.
And I just like when you come in, you're greeted, there's knowledge, it's easy in, easy out. You don't have to worry about the McDonald's traffic like you did before.
A little easier.
Parking's great. I mean, if you need help carrying things out, they're always like, Mrs. Montalvo, can I help you carry that out? And I was like, no, I worked out this morning, I need an extra 2 points. So, but you're always so nice when we come in, and that's what I appreciate. You can bring your dog in,
Yes.
as long as it's on a leash.
Yep,
Have you
bring
had-
any pet in as long as it's on a leash or you're holding it the whole time.
Okay. So what's the weirdest animal you ever had come in?
Weirdest animal?
You worked for him for a long time,
animals, but we've had ducks in, we've had pigs in. Those are probably the most unique, but we get birds, reptiles, rodents, small animals. I think I've seen most pets at this point kind of in person,
Yeah.
but once a tarantula, that was cool. I like those a lot, but
Yeah,
I'd say the one that stood out to me the most was the pig, but
that's only
Yeah,
funny. I was
that
on
was
a
kinda
showing
funny.
a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
and there was a potbelly pig in the
Oh.
yard, and he just followed us around. And then
Oh,
when
that's adorable.
he was like, we walked into a barn, and he walked behind us, almost like, get out of my barn. And we're like, one time I got stuck on the end of a dock with swans, and they're pretty protective. So
Oh, yeah.
I was like, is the pig gonna be the same way?
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm out.
Yeah, they're pretty chill.
They are
They
really
don't do
chill.
much.
It was funny. I was watching a video this morning about the different breeds of dogs. It
Oh,
was one of
yeah.
those like a human acting like a
Yeah.
dog, and like the Aussie. Our Aussie could run in circles, so the guy's running in circles. But I think there's an animal for every personality,
Oh, yeah.
which makes it great. So. And I think that, having a locally owned small business here with pet supplies, with people that have knowledge, that are trained, that can help you, walk you through, give you suggestions, I think that's just awesome. So we appreciate you being here with us today. This has been Janis and Tristan, and we're at Red Mill Pet Supplies at
1438 West Chicago Boulevard.
And if you have questions, you can call.
517-423-4029.
And if you need anything, you can find them on Facebook. You can check out their website. It's all under Red Mill Pet Supplies. And thanks for joining us on Saturday Spotlight. Make it an awesome day.
Thank you.